Morning, everybody. It's August 29th, and I'm definitely in New York. So I'm at the Appalachian Trail train station, if you will. So this is the railroad tracks going back and forth to New York, and this is the actual train stop, not train station, but sort of nice. I knew a group of few South hikers that actually went into New York. They might have come back, or they're probably still in New York. Just to visit the city, and I run into a couple hikers, not from New York, but one was from Philadelphia, the other from the area that came up from the train to hike the trail. So it's sort of interesting. Welcome to New York here. The trail, it rained last night, so little updates. So my tent's wet, I'm a little moist, but it's okay. A little overcast today. The trails in New York have their own challenges. They're not maintained as well as in New England, but they're well marked. So I'm going to keep heading south. I will talk to you later. Evening, everybody. I just wanted to recap the day. I'm staying at a shelter. I didn't go too far today, about 16 miles. Occasionally I see a sign like this. I like these. These are nice. I'll interpret it for you a little bit. So I'll start at the bottom. You see Springer Mountain, 1,376 miles. That's my destination. I hope, ideally, in a perfect world, I like to be there by Thanksgiving, so I can be home by Thanksgiving. But realistically, probably early December. It's really hard to predict. So many factors. Delaware Water Gap, that's the Delaware River, the border of Pennsylvania. So that's 146 miles. That's very manageable. I'm going to take some time off there. I know. I sent myself my boots there. And that town is right on the river. Bear Mountain Bridge, that's the Hudson River, and that's Bear Mountain. I should be there. Theoretically, I'd be there end of tomorrow, but probably it'll be a day and a half. And then pacing myself. So that's the toughest mountain in New York. And then that's looking south. Looking north, you can see Mount Katahdin, and that's where I came 734 miles. That's the toughest part of the trail. Everyone I've come across says, yes, this is much easier, and it's true. So far, the trail has been relatively flat. It's been doing pretty good. Mount Washington, 380 miles. The Connecticut state line, that's where I came from this morning, 17.5. I was just over the line. I came about 16 today. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired, but it's reasonable. I think the temperature was a little better for me than the hot sweltering heat. My toes are doing a little better. I'll show you real quick. You can see they have bruises on them, but they're healing. Hopefully I won't lose the nails. And the other toes are reasonable. Had a blister and other things with the boots, but that's going away. These were my new shoes, the Ultras, and so you can see they have a nice soft toe, and that's enabled me to between those and the sandals, let my heel. So tonight there was a high chance of rain. It seems to have lessened somewhat. It's about 40% now, but nevertheless, I think my tent's wet. So there's two options. One is to set up the tent and it dries. Actually, I plan to dry it out, but I'm going to stay in the shelter anyway to do it. So just to show you, this is a small shelter. And here you see in the back, I have my the tarp, which is like a base, and then my pad. And then I don't have a sleeping bag right now. I have a sleeping insert, which is like a big sock, thin, that type material, thinner than that even, that I'll sleep in because it's still pretty warm. It's cooler. 70s will be in the 60s in the evening, but that's fine. Otherwise, I start sweating. For my tent, just to dry it out, there's the fly I put on this picnic table. And I set up my tent. This is my new tent. I'll just show it to you from a different perspective. This is, you can see it's sort of interesting. It's fairly tall. See, this is a lot of condensation. It's drying out. I'm going to put it away before it gets dark. It's freestanding except for the feet. You have to sort of pull the feet out. And these are the parts that are wet too. And then it has this here, which gives you a lot more space up on top. So it's nice. It's nice. And I could certainly sleep in it tonight. I wouldn't have hesitated to sleep in it. I think with the chances of rain are very high tomorrow too. I think I'm just going to end up walking in the rain. Again, another good reason to have a dry tent, because if I set it up and it's wet again, it's heavier. And then when I get inside, everything's moist. It's nice if I have a dry tent. Even though it's raining, I can set up a dry tent and I can hop in real quick. So I could go do it either way, but I'm doing it this way. And before it gets dark, I'll just put everything away. Making a little dinner for myself over there. And you'll notice I have the campsite to myself. So I bet it's still early. It's 5 o'clock. So part of it's because I paced myself. And part of it is because the next campsite is 10 miles away. And so I prefer not to do 10 miles at 5 in the evening. I'll be getting in very late with a headlamp on. Not necessary to push myself that hard. And my feet and legs, they're okay now, but I don't want to, I'm trying to heal them and let them do okay. So that wouldn't be a good move. This is fine. This is very nice. High chances someone will come in sometime, to share the shelter or set up a tent in the area. Although the volume of people has dropped significantly. I only saw two northbounders coming today, Daisy Picker and Turtleback. And I'm going to miss them in a way because they give me good intelligence on what's ahead. I haven't actually seen any southbounders for several days, so I'm not sure why. Maybe we're going about the same speed. I read the book. A couple people I know are about a half a day or a day ahead of me. So there's some around. Not a lot, though. Not a lot. So that's fine. I'm happy to have all this space. I can spread out. I have all this great space. Okay, everybody. You have a good evening. Tomorrow we'll see. It's supposed to be raining, and I'll just probably plan to trudge through it heading south. Have a good night. Bye.